Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Thursday, October 23rd, I believe, 1:06 a.m. I've got Tidal Wave Gill Grunt here. If you note, the monies don't match up from the introduction, intro 25, which I just did. That's because this is triple pack Gill Grunt. I have not unboxed him, so he's literally in the triple pack. The side with blades is resting on Shroom Boom, so I can have him on the top trap portion of the portal. That actually works. If you did not know, you can put a character on the trap section and it actually reads the RFID chip, so bonus information for you. That said, this guy definitely has enough money. I've got 5 wing sapphires right now, one from each of the chapters I've completed in the gameplay. Obviously that means I'm going into chapter 6 in the next live stream, but I want to go ahead and get the upgrades going here. I've got my spreadsheet open, and I'm gonna head back in there if I can find. I've actually got like 8 spreadsheets open. This is the one I want. His box stock attack is Harpoon Gun. He does 80 to 120. There's like roughly a 1 second lag time. It's cool we saw the actual crit numbers there. Now the secondary attack is the Power Hose. It's basically 28 to 42 and it has like a max runtime of 3 seconds. Now 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, basically 3 seconds to reload too. What is kind of lame, in Swap Force you could stand in water and it would just run out. In SSA it was infinite like you see here. I noticed this in the introduction. I am happy about it. So hopefully you are too. If you're ever in a level and you're using some of the characters that relied on water type things, that is something good to know, and I'll further research it with said characters. That said, I'm going to come in here.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
I have done 0 upgrades in this game, so this is my first ever upgrade in Trap Team, and you're here to enjoy the monumental occasion and what will be the first of who knows how many videos, probably close to, I don't know, 80, some odd crazy numbers. So it'll depend how many characters I double up on, I suppose. But we're going to come in here and we're going to upgrade this guy. I am, like I said, I've only got the 5 wing sapphires. One of the perks of what I usually do and most people don't understand. I know most people, especially the YouTube side of the equation, it's like, oh, there's a new character, I've got to get the money and upgrade them immediately, so I'm the first one. I don't really care about that. I'm at the point, I've never taken a network partnership. That's basically where you can monetize gameplay. Some of them claim that they, like generate more traffic for your channel. They basically cross-promote it over other people. That's what they do and how that works, and then gets more subscribers. That's great that those people like to rush in and do that stuff. I play the games because I enjoy them. And that's why what I like to do is I like to come in and I like to take the characters and play through the game entirely box stock. This is my preferred method. Number 1, it's more of a challenge. Number 2, I learn to, like kind of how I want to proceed with that character. I've got X number of chapters and X number of minutes of gameplay to say, okay, I think with blades, I actually am inclined to use this attack more, so I should take this path. In SSA, I was doing it piece by piece. That's another reason. The Weapon Master glitch happened to me, and it's because I stopped after each chapter and upgraded. And that probably has a lot to do with the underlying psyche of my logic now. But essentially, I kind of like to feel out the characters, enjoy them, and not like just, deja vu's out, I've got to go buy 2 and upgrade them. That to me sucks. That sucks the fun right out of what I'm trying to do to have fun. And whenever you have that happen, I lose interest in things. So if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to do something, or I'll be miserable when I do it, and then no one enjoys what I do. So I don't really concern myself with views or misleading titles to generate hits and increase traffic flow. I just want to present the frickin' facts, and I go into detail that most people don't even touch on. So the reason that I'm willing to upgrade this guy so soon. Number 1, I want to check out his Wow Pow. And I am sorry, but I know Gill Grunt like the back of my hand. He's been around. This is his 4th pose. I've done all of his paths. I've documented them all. I just know pretty much everything there is to know about him, with the exception of the Wow Pow. By doing this, if I'm going in and I'm playing with some of the Newlanders and they're having trouble in an area, I can throw this guy on, he's upgraded, and I can kind of equalize things. So That said, that's kind of my logic. That's the only time I'll have to tell you this outside of like some channel updates. So my apologies there, but let's get going now with what you care about. Which probably you only care about the Wow Pow as well. But my main thing, I want to see how the numbers correlate to swap force and things like that. So here we go. Barbed Harpoons is up first. Harpoons do increased damage with the 5-wing Sapphires. Price is $450. That's the other thing I want to address. One of the reasons I like to actually, this is kind of a cool screen. One of the reasons I like to wait is then I get a big discount on everything. And that's much appreciated. So since it's going to be a 1-by-1 deal, that's actually kind of going to suck. It's going to take a little bit more time. You can see that it changed aesthetically. It's still about the 1 second lead time. They're moving way faster than I remember. 96 to 144. That's quite impressive, actually. So we'll document that, and now we got to go back in.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
In Swap Force, you could like buy everything and then back out of the power pod. So this 1-by-1, while I appreciate it, it'll be super nice with Trap Masters and the Newlanders that I'm not familiar with. But for characters like Gill Grunt, I would just like to go down and buy everything possible and then document it. That said, High Pressure Hose is next for $630. Power Hose attack does extra damage and knocks enemies back further. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And note, there's like no way for me to grab multiple things. You literally have to go through this screen, which it is nice. It will keep you from accidentally doing something. It's kind of more akin to how it was. The Power Hose was doing 28 to 42. Let's see what we got now. 56 to 84, still 3 seconds. So nothing groundbreaking there. That 3 seconds is going to haunt you. Basically, unless you take Water Weaver, which I'm going to do. So
Ready for another magical up?
you can't skip that with the Y button on the X bone. So we'll come in here and Harpoon Repeater for 810. We're going to grab that. Yes. You can't skip that part. I did try it for you. So the Harpoon Repeater, did I even read that to you? That's just basically they reload faster if I didn't. But, not much faster, but I mean fairly. 96 to 144 is still the damage. I'm just going to put 96 to 144. Reload faster. So next up is probably the most important thing for him. Again, you can skip that, so I will. It is Water Jetpack. This is his tertiary attack. Press Y to fly until Water Jetpack runs out. Increase speed and armor while flying. Cost is going to be 1080 with our 5-wing Sapphires. Yes, I am sure. Okay, right here, you can pick your path. If you don't know, hit the B button. There's no reason to commit yourself if you want to research it, experience the base upgrades first, whatever your logic. You don't have to rush into it. You should be able to switch paths if you accidentally pick the wrong one. I have not gotten to test that out because this is my first upgrade session. But I'm going to go with Water Weaver here, so I'm going to further develop the Power Hose and Jetpack skills. Interesting they tie that in with that final base upgrade. But the final base upgrade, before we forget, was Water Jetpack. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's basically that. Can you fire your harpoons? Let's see here. Yes, you can. So that's fine. Now let's make sure that we still can stay above the water and be infinite. You can, which that's how Gill Grunt's supposed to be. I very much appreciate them fixing that. Note you don't have to hold the Y button down. You can actually just press it, and then once you run out, you drop back down. So, Water Jetpack, fly with speed and armor. 3 seconds, basically. Coming down now, we gotta go all the way to Water Weaver. We're gonna get reserved water tank. It's probably the most important upgrade for him. Okay, so you can switch paths, so that's awesome. If you accidentally click the wrong path with the base upgrade's final one, no sweat, you're out 0 money. You can just switch now. I don't want to switch paths. I'm happy with Water Weaver, so we will upgrade. Alright, we have got reserve water tank for 1,530. Let me actually, I've got another spreadsheet. No, it's on this one. It's on this one. And I am documenting the cost with the 5-wing sapphires, just for reference. Again, I do things a little different than most. But back to Water Weaver. The power hose and water jetpack never run out of water. It's not 5 seconds, it's not 10, it's not 3 times as long. It's never, and that is a huge deal. I cannot tell you how important that is with Gill Grunt. In particularly in previous games, he was ridiculously slow. He's a little quicker, it seems to me, in Trap Team. But you go back to SSA, and the man was maniacally slow. So we're going to pick this up, I am sure. And what's cool about this is, number one, I can now just fly infinitely. He's kind of, it looks like he's swimming, in all honesty, which is kind of neat. But while in flight, I can basically, you know, shank off all of our little harpoons if we want to. You can quickly evade enemies if you get into a tight situation, and otherwise he'd have 3-second runtime on that. Similarly, he can do that. It's still going to be the 56 to 84 right now, but he can basically just spin around. He's never going to run out. You don't have to be near water. Plus, if you note, the wooden barrels on the back have kind of turned into those golden rockets, which they just look better to me. So, let's see. Reserve water tank, I'm just going to put never run out, and I assume you'll know what that means. So, back in we go for the boiling water hose. Yes, we are. Alright, boiling water hose, power hose attack does even more increased damage. And what does that mean? Who knows, but luckily I documented for you, so we will know. Price is $19.80. Let's go ahead and grab that. I've got to slide over here to document the 5-wing sapphire discounts.
Fans of fury.
And I'll come back over to where we need to be, and let's see what it's going to do. We were doing 56 to 84, 112. I'm assuming that's going to be standard, so half of that would be 56. So we'd be looking at what, 168 maybe, if we ever see a critical. Gill Grunt's been cranking out the critical hits pretty quick like. There it was. So 112 to 168. That's pretty good damage. The other thing about this attack that you don't get to see here, it does knock enemies back. So if you're not content with like the 56 or now the 112 that it's doing, run that, push your enemies back, and then start shooting them with your harpoon. You know, whatever your playstyle is, you can kind of accommodate it. Final upgrade down this path is going to be the Neptune Gun. We're going to grab that. The price is $2,700. When using the power hose, press X to launch exploding creatures. Costs again $2,700. We'll grab that. Yes, I'm going to slide over here, document that.
Fans of fury.
Alright. Slide back over so we can get to Neptune Gun. So basically, if I remember right, we're going to... Oh, wow, what was that about? Huh. Okay, so you get the idea. You can kind of spam off probably 80s to 120. And you can just basically do that at will. So 80 to 120. We'll go ahead and just call that. I'm just going to put the numbers there. You should understand it. Now we'll come in. We've got the Soul Gem, which it's nice with Water Weaver because you can kind of use boiling hose to push enemies back. And then you can use the Jetpack to retreat. And that'll give you time to actually charge up the anchor cannon. So let's go ahead and get that. Price $3,600. Hold X to charge anchor cannon. I'll grab it. I've already documented its price, so no worries.
Gill power.
Okay, so his cannon, his little spear gun still looks the same. Let's do our countdown. Basically 3 seconds. And 288. So, anchor cannon, 3-second charge. Now the question is 288 default, or was that critical? 192. So he, for whatever it's worth, he is getting really good returns on that 50% critical hit. So 192 to 288 again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, 2.5, 3 seconds. You know, like I said though, kind of use that to push enemies back, cycle back, and you can actually charge it while in flight. That was a bad example. Let me try it again. So we're retreating, I charge that up, and then I move in and we eradicate our opponents. So it works well with the Water Weaver, is basically what I'm getting at. Something else that I think is going to work well with Water Weaver is Ride the Leviathan.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
So let's go ahead and get that, and he will then be fully upgraded. Our first fully upgraded Skylander in Trap Team, our red-based collection, will fittingly be the only Series 4 Skylander Tidal Wave Gill Grunt. So let's make that happen. Wow Pow, Ride the Leviathan in Jetpack mode, which is again your tertiary attack, Y button here on the Xbox. Press Y to ride a giant Leviathan, taking out anything in its path. Cost with our 5-wing Sapphires is 4,500. It is 5 grand, I believe, if you just come in, you know, with no discount. So let's grab it, and he is going to be fully upgraded, and he still has a little bit of cash left. Hashtag winning.
Fans of fury.
Okay, he doesn't seem to have changed his appearance any. The golden jets there came with, what was it, reserve water tank, I think, is when that happened. So no skin change, no color change, no Leviathan tattoos or anything. The way we get that in jetpack mode, we're going to press, I think, the water hose button. So here we go, and let's see what happens. No? Got that going. Oh wow. Okay, so it is not attack 2, it's a tertiary attack button. That's interesting. Strategy guide literally in jetpack mode, which is Y, the tertiary button. Press attack 2, which on this control scheme would be B, and that's not the case. It's basically you press YY. We enter jetpack mode, and then we're going to unleash the Leviathan. Can't really steer it very well. You kinda can. I know there's nothing here to get damage. I just kind of wanted to steer it. Okay, so we maxed it out there. I'm going to try to do that again, see if we can get a count on it. I got like 11 seconds, so I'm going to roll with that just because that's what I got. And now the damage. We know 250 came up. I'm going to try to run through the 3 of those dummies in one go. So 250. Oh, I guess we ran into something. Let's try it from this vantage point. I don't really think we hit that wall like they seem to think we did. 375. That's would be the critical number. So 250 to 375, and then it seems like if you run into a border or an edge, they will end it. But 250 to 375 ain't that bad. It does steer decent. I mean, it's not like the most nimble thing ever, but I mean, to give you an idea, right through that bridge, up these stairs, up towards the Chaos statue, and then that's kind of how. Now the question is, does it terminate with increased damage? I'm gonna try to find that out. I don't know that we can. I'm hoping that I can like time it just right. That's something I may try later on, but I don't know. I was thinking maybe when you had that like grand finale thing where it dives headfirst down, thought maybe that'd do slightly increased damage. I'll try to check that out in like chapter mode or something like that. So That said, pretty cool stuff here. It is Tidal Wave Gill Grunt. He is the only Series 4 Skylander. He is fully upgraded. He's our first upgrade kind of guinea pig, if you will. Kind of spent a little time walking you through why I do the formats I do. But I've got him fully documented here. The numbers are in my spreadsheet. It's a beautiful sight to behold. I don't know, man. I might come in and do Harpooner just for the heck of it and document that so we have the data in place. I don't know. But main thing, the new Wow Pow, Ride the Leviathan. It's roughly 10 to 12 seconds, we'll say. 250 to 375. You can steer it. It does seem to be sensitive to edges and corners and world borders, things like that. But still, that's a lot of damage. Now, the way it works, you have to literally, on this controller, press YY. So on the Wii U, I'd be doing XX. And if you didn't have Water Weaver, you've got 3 seconds with that jetpack. And I don't know. I mean, there's probably chances you could pop up, maybe you get hit and it runs out and you've got to wait for it to recharge before you can attempt to actually do the Leviathan attack again. So something to keep in mind. But pretty impressed with him. He seems a little quicker in this game. No skin changes, nothing radically different about him. But he's got the Leviathan, and now we can enjoy that as we progress through the game. So that'll be cool. That said, thanks so much for watching. If you have not subscribed here on YouTube, make sure to do that. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, big thanks for watching. If you're on Twitch, follow me there so you can keep tabs on the chapter gameplay playthrough. Skylander Club /forum, that is the place you need to be for the latest and greatest in all of Skylands. SkylanderClub.com/forum. It is geared towards the high-end Portal Masters, people who take the game and collecting a little bit more seriously than most. If that sounds like you, I encourage you to check it out. If you like what you see, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you. Similarly, my personal site, oneofweezem.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Thanks so much for watching. For myself and our only Series 4 Skylander, who is also our first fully upgraded Skylander, Tidal Wave Gill Grunt. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here next time.